Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay,
I can hear you, Prabhuji, and see you also, Prabhuji.
you can hear me. It's nice. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च शरीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णाच्चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hmm. Hare Krishna, everyone, for joining. Today, we are in the day two of Sri Mad Rama Kathamritam. So, today we are discussing about Ayodhya Kanda, second book of the six-volume Valmiki Ramayana. As we may know, uh, in the Rama Raksha Stotram, Buddha Kaushika Rishi has said, Charitam Raghunathasya Shatakoti Pravistaram Ekakam Aksharam Pumsam Mahapatakanashanam. This means that even one word, Ekaikam Aksharam Pumsam. So the glories of the Lord are so amazing that even if we spend a moment, it doesn't take much than a moment to recite even a single letter of the glorious Valmiki Ramayana. Hmm. And the potency of it is mentioned that it has the potency to Mahapataka Nashanam. It can destroy any kind of sin one may have incurred. And the beauty is further that Rama itself, just by taking the holy name of the Lord Ram, Sri Ram, is connecting us to the reservoir of unlimited pleasure. Why? Because Rama, hmm, uh, the meaning of Rama, as Vasishtha Muni says it says that just seeing the face of Ram brought a great inner happiness, inner pleasure to Vasishtha, and he named him as Ram. Yesterday we were discussing about Balakanda, the dealings of the Lord in childhood pastimes, and there we did cover some. Hello, I'm hearing someone. Maybe someone needs to go on mute. Adi Ras Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. So we got the opportunity to start understanding the greatness of Ramayana and how by understanding the greatness of Valmiki Muni. who is a disciple of Narada Muni. Narada Muni has um, turned this hunter into a great poet, and not an ordinary poet, and a poet who has made Ramayana available in the best form. And as part of the Balakanda, we ended yesterday with a very happy note where um, Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrugna, they got married to Sita, Mandavi, Urmila, and Shrutakirti. And it's an amazing occasion that the two cities, namely Mithila and Ayodhya, yeah, were lit up, light, jubilant, all festivities were going on, and the party returned Ayodhya. And Ram um, is very, very dear to the citizens of Ayodhya. Mm. Um, of course, uh, yeah, Ram got married at the age of 12. Mm. By then, already the citizens of Ayodhya were so much touched by the great qualities of Ram that they considered him as their own son, and they showered the love that one would shower to their dear son. And the qualities of Ram are so amazing that he cared everyone. Yeah, it need not be that one needs to be in a role uh, as a king to understand the suffering of his people. So Ram genuinely was a leader, as Vasishtha Muni also says. So while this was going on, everything was very, very happy. Everything is happy, and we enter into the phase of what happens in the Ayodhya. Yeah? We see that Ayodhya Kand is the second biggest section of the entire Ramayana, which has about 100 plus sargas, chapters. Half of it is telling about what happened in Ayodhya. The remaining half tells what happened when Lord leaves Ayodhya. Hmm. Interesting that Lord, hmm, who is very dear to everyone in Ayodhya. Everyone wanted to be with Ram. Everyone likes that one fine day may Ram become our ruler. We'll be very happy. May he be our leader. We'll be very, very successfully led by him, so that there will be never a moment where we'll undergo any kind of calamities. There will be no issues at all. We will always be in happiness. This is the thought. This is the feeling, this is the expectation with which all the citizens of Ayodhya are living. Yeah, and not only the citizens of Ayodhya, but the happiness had no bounds in the palaces of Kaikeyi, in the palace of Kausalya, in the palace of Sumitra, uh, wherever there are these four princes and their concerts, there was only celebration, celebration, and celebration. When everything was so nice, everything is so nice. The moment came where Dasharath had a strange nightmare. And this nightmare was not just once, this nightmare keep on coming. This nightmare was chasing him every night that he tried to sleep, he could not sleep. In that way, he was not able to sleep for many nights. Uh, it's very, very interesting to see that when everything was so jubilant, everything was so auspicious and happy, pleasant, but Dashrath, he was unable to sleep. mm, And he cannot share this so easily to everyone because um, he is chased by time. He's getting old. He's getting old. And who want to admit that he is old? No one. Yeah. Yeah. When we can't do something, then we say, okay, I'm catching up age. But yeah, but no one would like to, yeah, excuse himself, saying, oh, I am old. Yeah. But for Dashrath, the problem is bigger because he's a king. If we get old, that's okay. What big thing is there to do? That's fine. Huh? But in the case of Dasharath Maharaj, he is the king and he is successful king and he has established everything perfect. He is renowned all over the three worlds. Yeah, when the demigods have problems, they used to come. So in that way, he is completely accomplished king. And but then still, the death might knock the door any moment. Hmm. So he was seeing this, he was having nightmares. His astrological um, chart says that, okay, yeah, the end is near. This caused him great disturbance. He could not sleep, but then he had a desire. What his desire is that he wanted to make Ram, Prince Ram, to take over, that he can retire. It's very, very important. For spiritual advancement, one should understand this. This is very, very important. It's not just, okay, now I have come old, I can't do anything. So now let me give up my, yeah, mm, heritage, wealth, or anything. No. Um, there is a purpose of retirement. The purpose of retirement is to disconnect from the mundane material activities and engage oneself in spiritual um, uh, progress. After all, we are living a life which is indebted. For what? We have got this life for a purpose that we can do our duty and return home, return to the original place where we belong. So Dashrath Maharaj, he was so much worried, and then he wanted to set things very quickly soon. Yeah, he wanted to set things so quickly that he come up with the idea, because he was lamenting that, oh, if he is not doing his duty, yeah, then he cannot meet his ancestors face to face. Yeah, when he dies, then he goes to the heavenly planet. Then he was scared, oh, with what face shall I show, because if I have not done my duty completely. So he was very much lamenting. Then he thoughts were coming up what he should do now, and he thought, okay, he wanted to make Ram as his successor. Yeah, Dashrath, uh, he immediately arranged his entry to the palace, into the courtyard. All the people were seeing, oh, my lord, my king is coming on an elephant. Everyone followed him, and then they also entered the palace. And after Dashrath sat down, hmm, so um, Dashrath spoke. hmm, hmm, something which is very, very important, not only for him, yeah, because he thought that he found a solution, but he also need a confirmation that his thoughts are in fact righteous, his thoughts are correct. So he had now a panel of counselors, ministers, everyone, well-wishers, not only in Ayodhya, but even the demigods, uh, everyone were assembled. And then Dashrad, he said, um, I feel very, very mm, grateful. I'm feeling very grateful towards the gods for having allowed me to live like this, a life of loyalty, a life of royalty, and in that way, mm, and I am a successful human. Why? Because I have cleared all my five debts. I have debts towards celestials. I have done all the yajnas so that the devatas are pacified. I have debts to sages. I have read scriptures and understood the essence and applied that in life. And I am uh, have cleared my debts to brahmanas by offering them food and wealth, whatever they need. Uh, I am cleared from debts of my own self. What is that? By providing all the comforts as per the desires. So I have enjoyed all. So even debt to my own self is also cleared. Debt to my ancestors, I have begotten Ram, son Ram. So in that way, I am cleared all debts. I am debt free. So very few can say this. And Dashrath Maharaj, in fact, he is a perfect uh, um, person who has attained uh, all these that he is cleared. But there is one thing, yeah, he has a duty. When he leaves the world, yeah, he should ensure that the kingdom is taken care by an apt person. And then he says, I have seen. So this is the only thing that is left to complete. And what is that? To establish. I consider this. So um, I am expressing my thought that Ram, mm, if you all agree that I would like to install Ram as the king, as the next, and I would prefer to retire. mm. So, saying so, as soon as the people, the counselors, who everyone were there, who present there, when they heard, they were completely very very happy, so happy that the words didn't come up. They were spellbound just to know this. Yeah, they were also very eager. They were also eager. Yeah, it's not that Dasharath Maharaj was not taking care of them, but the genuine love for Ram was so much that they were really eager. And as soon as when Dasharath Maharaj said this, then everyone were very happy. And as soon as that, everyone with one voice they said, "Oh, may Ram take over. May Ram become the king. May Ram become our Lord." And saying so, there was complete jubilation again. Uh, um, and then what happened there is that as soon as everyone has granted their consent that Ram can become the king, um, then Dashrath Maharaj immediately he took a step further. He doesn't want to have these nightmares chasing him every night, and he wanted to speed it up. And he said, "You know, I would like to install Ram as a king just next day, tomorrow." He asked Vasishtha Muni, and Vasishtha Muni also agreed. And then everything is set right. And then he went to Ram, and then. mm, he even said that I would like to coronate, yeah, you, even though Bharat is not here. And he even said, yeah, surprised Ram much. He was saying, Bharat is righteous and very compassionate brother, and he will follow you. He didn't say that. Okay, there was there's very strange and intentional purpose that Dashrath Maharaj was saying that. Oh, okay. Hmm. What did he want to say is that uh, Ram, Bharat is righteous and compassionate, but you know what? Inconsistent men sometimes can have different agendas. Of course, uh, even Dashrath didn't don't know what will happen in the future. Huh? Out of his affection for Ram, that nothing should harm him, nothing should hurt him. So he was thinking maybe in future Bharat may um, mm, m- become inconsistent. hmm, uh, because sometimes impulses may throw surprises. Some in the heat of impulse, maybe Bharat may have some other plans. So, and then saying so, he told uh, Ram to start leading a celibate life for the night along with his wife, prepare the necessary rituals so that next day he can be um installed, yeah, coronated. So then when this was happening, then Ram, he went to the palace of Kausalya and he sought blessings. Even before Ram could say, the news is already spread all over Ayodhya that Kausalya became extremely happy, arranged everything, and Ram, uh, nevertheless, he said what his father said, and then Kausalya said, "Oh, extremely happy." She was extremely happy for the good fortune for Ram, and she said, "May the Lord have heard my prayers for this purpose." And then, when everything was so nice, when things were going so nice, everything um, wherever one would stand, uh, they would hear only um, celebrations happening, throwing colors, arrangement of series of flowers along the streets, in colors and scented water spraying all over, so that way everything was so jubilant, everything was so nice. And when everything was so nice that every being in Ayodhya were very excited and happy, then there was one who is that Manthara. Hmm. Manthara mm, was not happy, huh? Not because she immediately knew what was happening. She was clueless what is actually happening all of a sudden. She was saying, is it that maybe Dashrath Maharaj is performing some yajna now? And because of that, maybe some special demigods are coming, and because of that, everything is arranged. So she was clueless, going here and there, and then she came across finally one lady, and she asked, "What is happening?" And she said, "Huh? Don't you know? Don't you know?" And then she told what is going to happen. She broke the surprise for her, saying that it is Ram who is going to get coronated tomorrow. And then this immediately blown the mind of Manthara. Why? Because she is the only person in Ayodhya who is not at all happy with what is going to happen. So, this is what happens in our life. We may think that, hey, everything is fine. We may, from our point of view, yeah, because if we are in the mode of goodness, we may see everything is in the mode of goodness. And there in Ayodhya, everyone were happy there, but Manthara was not happy. Yeah. So this is also the reality. Yeah. What is the reality? There are always some people who are envious of the Lord. If we can see in this angle, Lord Ram, everyone, yeah, he is the reservoir of pleasure. Hmm? And this means, like, just imagine a sweet should always taste sweet. But what happens if a person is deceased? He will not taste it sweeter. He will feel it very bitter. A sugar candy doesn't taste sweet to a person who is deceased. So here is that deceased person in the form of Manthara. Uh, Manthara, she didn't like, because she's seeing that the fortune of Ram is going to glow. What about her? What about Kaikeyi? What about Bharat? Yeah, she's a fan of uh, Kaikeyi. So when she came, after her Kaikeyi's marriage with Dashrath. When she came, uh, she had a task. What is her task? Her task is to ensure that Kaikeyi is always happy. Mm. So um, then, so um, when she heard about this news that Ram is going to get coronated, then she became very, very sad, uh, because it's a news that Ayodhya is seeing it as auspicious, but Kaikeyi's yeah, maid servant Manthara, she never expected. I have never seen so many people from so many distant land coming, and I'm seeing these people are coming only for this purpose, for Ram's uh, coronation. So Manthara, she immediately, suddenly um, got disturbed. After hearing this, she also saw that, hey, yeah, I think what they are saying is right. You see, Kausalya till now has never given things in charity. She's distributing things generously, donating, and also with great confidence and smile in her face. She is doing all these things. So what this lady has told is right. So till now it was Kaikeyi who was doing all these things. Yeah, where Kausalya was always yeah, in her palace. But here we see, so definitely there is something very, very sure that is going to happen, that is not right. And she wanted to set it properly. Valmiki Muni he addresses Manthara that accidentally, Yadrichika, by accident she saw, but from here she starts planning everything intentionally, how she can take control of the situation. Yeah. So people around us, who are very, very passionate, who are very goal oriented, they are nice. But in this process of achieving the goal, they might manipulate situations. And when we see in Ramayana, we can see in Ayodhya Kand, I would say that this is very, very crucial episode of the entire Ramayana, where we can see how Manthara starts preparing a strategy so that she can achieve the goal. Yeah. And here what happens, she starts plotting, planning, and he knows it's not so easy when the whole Ayodhya is in favor of Ram. They wanted Ram to become the king. What can she do? She is one lady, but she didn't give up. Yeah. That is the spirit of people who are very, very passionate, and for that matter, yeah, materialists we can see in our day-to-day life. They are ready to ruin everything for their own achievement. If you see any movies, you would see that there are these villains. What is the goal of a villain is self-centered, to attain what he wants, even at the cost of suffering of everyone. That's what he want. So here, Manthara was not uh, fighting back only for her own self. He wanted that Kaikeyi wakes up. Kaikeyi is not doomed by the plans of Dasharath. So she started going, and then she started playing mind game. This is very, very common, right? So when maybe kids at the age of 15, 16, maybe 20, they would play properly sports and games. After a certain age, what happens is, yeah, okay, it's more about strategy of how to smartly win. It's not just about the physical fitness, it's not just about talent, it is not just about attitude, it is about character. It is about the character. And the character of some is that they are ready to manipulate, they are ready uh, to change the facts and present it such a way that they can win. So people who think winning is most important thing, yeah, by hook or crook, they would do that. So it is not about the talent, it's not about the attitude, it's about character, uh, with which if one can maintain, they can. If a proper person who is having right character, uh, then his talent and attitude both help him to always be successful. But here, what Manthara does is she plays a mind game. uh, uh, what happens is that she started plotting that, okay, if let's take, what do you call this, how can you eat an elephant? By breaking into pieces. So she had a huge task to solve, and what she did is that she started planning situations. First, let me wake up Kaikei, because if someone can change things, it is only Kaikei. But Hmm. So she hurried. She went to the palace of Kaikeyi, and Kaikeyi lived up. Um, uh, she was lying very, very happy. She was very happy, and then um, this even surprised Manthara, and she said, "You know what? Huh? Um, she hold tight the feet of Kaikeyi and said, "Hey, get up." And then she was not so. She was in a leisure mood. She was in a happy mood. And then now Manthara said, "Get up, you fool." Hmm? What is that? How can a maid say the queen get up? And in that, it was very screaming, and while holding the feet tight, she had such a voice, and then she's saying, "Hey, you fool! You know what disaster is going to fall upon you? Huh? That you know what? It's obvious that the poison-filled Rahu approaches you, and you are lying very blissfully as if there is no calamity on you." And Kaikeyi was saying, "You fool, why there will be a calamity when I have four sons, and not four sons who are ordinary? They are very, very powerful, virtuous. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Why should I worry about any kind of calamities that would come, approach me. I am not worried. So, uh, Manthara thought Kaikeyi to be thoughtless person. She's not thinking what can happen. She's thinking that her house is on fire and she's not realizing what is burning. She's happily sitting in the same house. Huh? Manthara was certain the situations are very quickly going to uh, go out of her hands. Hmm? And then she started telling, uh, Dasharath, you know what? He flaunts that you are his favorite queen, but it's only he's making a fool of you. It's not that fact. In reality, he's favoring Kausalya. It is not you are favorite. Yeah, he's showing uh, from outside that you are um, his favorite, but actually favorism he's doing it to Kausalya. Hmm? His action today has finally proved. I know this from day one. I know that you are not his favorite queen. He is only showing off like you are his favorite queen. But actual fact is, he likes Kausalya. Uh, and today is the time. What happened? This is what has happened. That he wants to make Ram the king. Of course, she didn't say so straight, because if it was so straight, yeah, um, yeah, Kaikei wouldn't understand the gravity of the problem. She started saying that, um, um, there is a sense of insecurity. If you are not the favorite and you are not favored, then who is at loss? Who and Manthara's words, uh, uh, she was saying that um, you are going to lose. Uh, Again, as a fool, a person who is foolish doesn't know how to act, and a foolish person will lose. So Manthara is thinking Kaikeyi is fool, and then she's thinking she will be the loser. And then she tried to explain Kaikeyi, and Kaikeyi is not in a position. She's enabled, uh, her inability to grasp the gravity of the problem that worried Manthara more. Yeah, and she is telling that till now you have been carrying a snake with you, and this snake, um, you are thinking this snake as showering love. She is telling Dashrath as a snake. Manthara is saying, till now you have been thinking Dashrath as your person who is showering love upon you, but no, how can a snake shower love? It can only shower poison, and this is a fact. Now, Dasharath um, uh, has spit this poison upon you, but in fact, he showered love on Kausalya. Hmm. You are always conceited by this, and you are always thinking that you are very dear, but you are wrong. It is in fact Kausalya who is very, very dear and has monopolized Dasharath. Whatever Kausalya said, that is what is happening now. So Manthara has manipulated that it is not Dasharath's interest, it is not Dasharath's desire, but it was actually Kausalya who has made her plans. And Kausalya is his biggest beneficiary. uh, so outwardly he is truthful to you, but inwardly he is very cunning, just like a snake. Never trust. And hearing all these very, very abusive words upon Kausalya and Dashrath, Kaikeyi got very disturbed. She said, "Don't go in circles. Just tell clearly what you want to say." And then she said, Dashrath has decided to appoint Ram as the king of Ayodhya. Hmm? And that incompetent son of Kausalya, that incompetent boy what did he do? He has killed Tataka. Uh, he has killed Tataka, a innocent woman. Uh, this is how she said, uh, with his arrows. The entire solar dynasty, Surya Vamsh, is so much embarrassed by the act of this boy, Ram. It's shameful deed what he did. How foolish it was. Uh, uh, it is for your husband to appoint him as the king of Ayodhya. So how Manthara projects in a way is that makes Kaikeyi to believe, okay, Manthara is thinking welfare of Ayodhya. Huh? Huh? And this news, as soon as I heard, I felt great fear. And to me, this marks the beginning of torture for you and your son. How? Hmm? Because in the end, it is Bharat who will lose the opportunity. He could become king. It feels I have been hurled in bottomless pit of anxiety. So Manthara is saying this anxiety is so big that I can only see that you and your son will be doomed. Uh-huh. Uh, um, so when when Manthara was so much in anxiety and still trying to find out what to do in all this, Kaikeyi was joyful, jubilant. She was excited. Why? Because Manthara, from her mouth came a very, very pleasing news. What is that? Ram becomes the king of Ayodhya. And then she was very excited and she said, she wanted to give, she gave a gem-studded necklace um, to Manthara. Hmm? And not only that, she is also saying, why are you contradicting yourself that once you are saying Ram is going to become the king uh, and not my son? How is it possible? Ram is in fact my son. In I can even say more that Ram and Bharat, I don't see any difference. My affection for Ram and Bharat are same. My mind is filled with joy as soon as I heard that Ram becomes the king. Hmm? And then for this matter, you have given me a great news. Ask me whatever you want. I'm ready to give anything what you want. Huh? And then when Kaikei handed over this jewelry, all of a sudden, Mantra's mind, yeah, got so much disturbed. Yeah, you know what? I think yesterday in Balakand I was mentioning. I don't know. No, I didn't mention when Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrugna, they were learning martial arts from Vasishtha Muni. And after that, Ram was shooting arrows, expert of shooting arrows, and he was shooting. And once, what he did is he took a pile of mud on the tip of the arrow and he shot exactly that it hit on the lump of the hunchback Manthara. And then this whole mud drenched her, became her dirty. Everyone were laughing, all the kids were laughing, the queens were laughing, and everything was so funny. Manthara took vengeance. She didn't like it. Hmm? How dare? Huh? If maybe if it would have been Bharat, that would have been different. But how come Ram? Huh? Yeah, she didn't appreciate this fun game. And from then till now, she is having filled with this vengeance that, oh, she didn't doesn't like, and that grew more and more and more. And she waited literally for an opportunity that her vengeance can be um, satisfied or cleared. So Manthara looked at the jewelry that Kaikeyi gave, and she was in deep frustration. She began shedding tears, and then she started plotting what she wanted to say. In this process, uh, she she told, you know what, um, this this jewelry necklace is nothing. She threw, and she threw so. um hardly, so strongly, right, that it fell on the floor with loud noise or it broke into pieces. And now a queen who has given a gift to a maid servant will never do this. This stunned her and Kaike's attention. She could catch the attention of Kaikeyi. And after all these theatrics that Manthara did perform, then finally she succeeded to attract the attention of Queen, to hear what she want to say. And Kaikeyi got carried away by Manthara's conduct, and she felt that it was her jealousy that has guised as concern. She was thinking, I know about Manthara. Yeah, she has been always this mentality of being jealous. Maybe she's jealous that Ram is going to become the king, not my Bharat, not her Bharat. Yeah, so like that. Uh, then she's saying, "Oh foolishness!" It's now Manthara is saying, "You are fool. Huh? You are writing your own story of doom. Yeah, when Ram becomes king, you are doomed. Uh, Imagine a person in the middle of ocean is drilling a hole to his boat. We know what will happen. This is what Manthara is telling. What will happen? The boat will sink. Hmm? And imagine a person in a fish-eyed one. You are like that person. You are in the ocean of troubles. Your position as queen is like that of boat, and your laughter, like that drill about to drown you. Huh? So yeah, you are thinking, you're not even realizing you are drilling a hole to your own boat of happiness. And which intelligent woman will be happy in this kind of calamity? Huh? Your stepson is going to get fortune. Your stepson, yeah, is becoming king, uh, and your co-wife uh, uh, is going to be happy. Yeah, your stepson, or this is the truth. This is the universal truth. What is the universal truth? This is what Mantra is saying. What? A stepson and a co-wife are always enemies. They are our primary enemies. Wise people say that one should deal with fire and enemies properly. Hmm? And if you don't deal, then it will harm us own. So you are not understanding who is your enemy. And in this business, what is happening? Uh, if you don't take timely action, you will doom. You will get destroyed. Only create your own problem. But think wise, timely. Not just thinking wisely after that. After things go out of your hand. Things still are in your hand. Hmm? If you timely act, will not only save you and your son, but also me from reaching a state of poverty. Poverty? Kaikeyi is thinking, how can I will be poverty stricken? Why will I become poor? Why will Bharat becomes poor? No, she was not. If not, very soon you will become Kausalya's maid along with us. Till now, I know what is a Dasi life. Yeah, I don't want that you also become a Dasi of Kausalya and then you also struggle. So, as and your son will become Ram's servant. Hmm. A perfect plan. And Ram's wives, she even says that not one wife, Ram's wives will be happy to see him as the king with all power and respect. And your daughter-in-law, hmm? Your daughter-in-law will become sad to see Bharat becoming a servant of Ram. So she, Manthara is, yeah, forecasting. Yeah, may Ram may marry many. Yeah, typically any king in those days used to have many queens. So all the queens will become very happy. Yeah, and they will also have the co-wives as their servants. Yeah? So in that way, she is saying, I know. Kaikeyi, she said, Manthara, stop all this. You're just talking nonsense. Huh? This is not the fact. I know Ram more than I know myself. He has a mountain of gem-like qualities. When Ram has so many great qualities, why will he do this? Why will he mistreat us? Why will he do all these things? He is trained by his elders to act righteously. He is what? Maryada Purushottamam. He is a Dharmatma. He doesn't transgress. He only speaks the truth. His conduct is stainless and clean. Such a person, why will he do all these things? Not only that, Ram is Dashrath's eldest son, and in Surya Vamsh, um, it is a custom that the eldest son becomes the king. So there is no question of Bharat becoming the king. Ram is there; he is the eldest, and in Surya Vamsh, that is the trend, and so Ram becomes the king. Yeah? You cannot prevent. Ram from ascending to the throne as much as you cannot prevent the eldest peacock from speaking, from spreading its wings first. Yeah, anyway, this poetic understanding. So, Manthara, if anyone else would have spoken like this against Ram, I would have slit the tongue into pieces. I am forgiving. Don't speak once again like that. The reality is, Ram serves me more than my own sons does. Huh? I would even go to the extent of saying that he actually serves me more than he serves his own mother. Why should I be envious of such a adorable boy, son like him? And then Manthara couldn't accept it, because her mind is already poisoned. Her thoughts are poisoned. So she started saying, "If everything is as innocent as you say, tell me one thing. Why is Dasharath now planning all of a sudden to coronate Ram as the king, especially when Bharat is not here?" First question. Huh? Why is this croning of Ram happening in the absence of Bharat? Huh? Did you even think about that? You can't, because you are innocent. Huh? The only explanation is Dashrath is fear. This fear is causing him to do. And what is that fear? Bharat is the only competition for Ram, and competition means fear. In fact, he has equal rights to the throne. There is a story to it. Why? Why Bharat is having equal right or even more? Because when Dasharath Maharaj had already Kausalya, Sumitra, and queens, yeah, he was sonless. And then Ashwapati, yeah, Kaikeyi's father, when he, yeah, when Dashrath asked her for marriage, then Ashwapati said, "I will, I'm fine, but the son from Kaikeyi should become the king." Yeah, so I mean, this is very, very confidential. Only Manthara knew this. Kaikeyi forgot this. Hmm? And Dasharath also knew. And that is, in fact, a reason why Dasharath is saying, oh, it's not just the nightmares. What kind of nightmares? It's not just nightmares, it was instinct. We call now, what is it called? Some sixth sense which is pushing us to do something. So Dasharath Maharaj, yeah, having that sense within is actually pushing him to arrange this coronation of Ram. So in fact, so Mantra is saying, in fact, he has equal rights to the throne. Lakshman and Shatrugna are both too young, but Ram and Bharat, only Bharat is closer to Ram by age. Besides, Ram has wisely won over Lakshman. What is going to happen? Ram always, yeah, he favored Lakshman so that Lakshman always want to be with Ram. So Ram and Lakshman will always work together. Hmm? Shaktagna is yeah, he doesn't compete. So Bharat is equipped with fine qualities than Ram to rule the kingdom. So Ram, at least he is dependent on Lakshman, but Bharat can single-handed can be the king and rule. No wonder than that. Uh, um, Otherwise, why Dasharath wants to coronate Ram tomorrow itself without Bharat getting even a hint of it? Uh, he didn't message. He didn't send a message. In fact, he forgot to call two people. One is this Kaikeyi, where Bharat and Shatrugna are there. He didn't mention message to Ashwapati, and another he didn't invite Janak Maharaj. So Kaikeyi was now convinced that Manthara was unnecessarily worried, huh? Because she was hopeful Ram would hand over the reign of his kingdom to Bharat after ruling Ayodhya for few years or many years. She was always thinking that obvious, if Ram will move on, he would hand over the kingdom to whom? To Bharat. But Manthara says, no, no, that's not the fact. What will happen? Huh? Why will Ram, first of all, give away the kingdom? When he has all comforts, when everything is there, all the facilities are provided. So, um, so she said, Why should she look at Ram's coronation in a negative spirit? Manthara is now saying, you know what? Thus, you are you don't have intelligence. You're not having the right intellect. Let me become your intelligence. Let me act on behalf of you. Let me think for you. I think you are only wonderful, beautiful lady, and with that beauty, whatever success you have attained, that is speaking, but you are not wise enough. Huh? Um, she is now telling, you know what, the decision has been made. Now, no matter what it takes to enthrone Bharat, it will be done. Hmm. So, and she spoke, hmm, um, my dear queen, hmm, with the coronation of Ram, what will happen? Your son's claim to throne will be wiped off forever. Don't think after a few years Ram is going to give you the kingdom or give Bharat a chance. After Ram, his descendants will occupy the throne. What Bharat will give, uh, his progeny is eternal servitude. Because now he doesn't become king, he will never become king. Or he may have to go to some other kingdom, establish himself as a king. Uh, if, as you say, the senior most person should be king, then why is Dasharath making Ram king when he's still alive? If Ram is still, when, yeah, obvious, right? When the eldest son will become king, let Dashrath leave the world and then automatically Ram becomes a king. Why is he doing now? Huh? So, in that way, she's saying, you know what? If this system were allowed to prevail in your son's case, then Bharat will surely become an orphan in his own kingdom and will have a miserable death. Hmm? Huh? So in that way, she started poisoning Kaikeyi. Uh, and she said, here, Kaikeyi, there are three reasons why you should follow my advice. Because you are not intelligent, yeah, you are very dull-headed, you are very innocent. So you listen what you have to do for three reasons. One is that if you don't listen, the first, uh, there are three things going to happen. But if you listen, there are three benefits. One is that you will save your son. Second, you will save yourself, you will save your son, and you will also save your father if you listen to me. How will you save yourself? If you become the, if Bharat becomes the king, then you become the queen, the main queen. And then by that, what you are doing, Kausalya has been uh, receiving, right? So whatever suffering that she was going through, yeah, if Ram becomes king, then you will have to suffer, yeah, because you become the servant. And once Ram is installed as the king, Kausalya will take the opportunity, and it, till now whatever you have done, insults, do you think she forgets? No, she remembers everything when the time comes, and this is the time. As soon as Ram becomes king, she will not leave you. Uh, can you stand the domination of Kausalya? Hmm? And can you bear to be her maid? Hmm? So, in that way, she said, if Ram becomes king, you become maid of Kausalya. uh, Try to understand, your future is very pitiable. Just I'm feeling very pity of you. If the poor come to you for a favor, if someone wants some donation, what you have to do is, you can't give freely. You have to go to ask Kausalya, and if Kausalya gives, then you can give. So much dependent, or this is a situation, rather you die of shame. I'm sure yet you cannot take it, such kind of treatment. So that's why you have to listen what I'm saying, at least to save yourself. The second reason why you should listen my advice is because it will save your son from disaster. Why? Um, Although you are Bharat's mother, Hmm. You have been so much busy enjoying all the luxuries, comforts, and you didn't even think about Bharat. Yeah, your poor Bharat. Always you kept sending to your home, uh, to Kaikeya Pradesh. And yeah, in that way, what happened in the meantime? In the meantime, Ram, Kausalya, they became very close to Dasharath. And you see the proof. Now Dashrath want to make Ram as the king. So in that way, your foolishness will result in Ayodhya's history, ignoring your son and all his descendants. Bharat can become the king, but because of you, it is not going to happen if you are not careful. So in that way, uh, Mandara is saying, "Oh Bharat, how unfortunate you are. Yeah, your father is cruel and partial, and your mother is foolish and unmindful of your needs." So in that way, Manthara was saying, and Kaikeyi finally she said, "If you don't listen to me, then there is another problem." What is that? You know what? The third reason is what you should listen to me is your father and Janak Maharaj. They have rivalry from many, many years. So they are scared. But just imagine if Ram becomes the king. If Ram becomes the king, then uh, Janak Maharaj, who is very close, who becomes all powerful, he will kill your father. So in that way, she started poisoning, and then because of which finally the moment came where Kaikeyi didn't understand what is, she started believing, yes, all this is going to happen, and she's got scared. Oh, if at all this will happen, I become maid servant. If at all this happens, what happens to Bharat? If Bharat is not becomes a king, he may blame me one day. So all these things, she got scared, and she said now to Manthara that, "Oh, my illusion is now shattered into pieces. I am really ready to follow whatever you say. I understand you have a plan. Just tell me the plan, and I'm going to do that." Uh, and then Manthara, I mean, yeah, due to time, yeah, we'll go a little faster from here, where Manthara now understood this is the right time that she can implement her plans through Kaikeyi, and she told, "Yeah, you have won two boons. These boons are saviors. Now, with that boon, you can attain what you need to do." And Manthara said, "Now listen very carefully. If you do this and only this, then you can be saved out of this calamity." She said, Manthara excitedly began. She told Kaikeyi, "These two boons will destroy Kausalya and build your fortune." What is this? The first boon is, ask Dashrath to make Bharat the king of Ayodhya instead of Ram. And the second one is what? Hmm? She said, ask Dashrath to send Ram to exile to the forest for 14 years. These 14 years should be enough for Bharat to gain the name and reputation, respect, love, affection, everything from the citizens of Ayodhya. Uh, just like a tree, you know what happens to a tree? Old leaves fall and new leaves come. So in that way, once um, replaced, once the affection is posted on Bharat, then the love and affection for Ram is forgotten. Uh, to convince Dasharath to agree, you have to do one thing: you have to make his heart weak. It's not going to be so easy. Only when he becomes weak, a weak heart cannot analyze what is right, what is wrong. So you have to bring Dasharatha to that stage. So to do that, what you have to do is you, um, yeah, arrange situation such a way that he becomes totally devastated seeing you. You go to your Kopagraha, uh, and there uh, uh, fall flat on the floor, and until Dashrath is ready to give the boon. Don't see into his eyes, don't become compassionate seeing the condition of Dashrath. um, Relieved that uh, yeah, uh, right, wait for the right moment and then ask what you want. And when you're really convinced that Dashrath will give the boon, then your mission is complete. Saying so, Manthara made Kaikeyi very, very blissful. Yeah, she was stuck in deep problem. That's what she was thinking. Huh? In fact, there was no problem, but Manthara created a feeling of being in a problem, in anxiety, in calamity, and then she suggested a solution. She actually made Kaikeyi weak. Yeah, just like now how she want now Dashrath also to be made weak. She made weak, and in that she lost analysis power, and she made her. And now Kaikeyi is saying, "Oh, thank you, maid, maid servant. I'm very very fortunate that you are there." And she started glorifying. You know what? Oh, you are the best among saviors for me. All your wisdom is in your hunchback. May I put all kind of golden ornaments around it? May I honor donations to all hunchback ladies? So in that way, she started saying, and then um, saying, so Manthara, mission complete. What she did, what she has to say, she said, she left. And this whole palace where Ayodhya was lit in lights, this palace in inner chambers, there was pin drop silent. There was completely no beauty. It became very very dark, and Kaikeyi was not well best of her dressing. All the necklace thrown here and there. The what do you call this? Hmm, Uh, yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, she was totally, yeah, not well dressed. Yeah, she was in not in a queen stature, lying on the floor. And Dashrath Maharaj, after arranging few things, then he wanted to come back. He always, in the past also, many times he used to come to Kaikeyi's palace where he used to relax, relish, enjoy, and he was eagerly waiting that he wanted to come after his yeah uh, instructions to the people. Then he came here. When he came to the palace, he saw Kaikeyi in this state, which was very devastating. He was thinking, why was Kaikeyi Palace so dark? First of all, why did she not arrange for any special reception today? Because Kaikeyi, whenever she knew that Dashrath Maharaj is coming, she used to arrange everything so that he enjoys a royal welcome and yeah, forgets himself with her. Uh, so after seeing this, then Dashrath Maharaj started asking so many questions. After asking several times that Kaikeyi has entered this hall, um, he went there. He thought there is something wrong. There is something wrong, definitely. What disturbed him the most was his wife's condition was never seen. He never saw like that. How can a queen lie like that? Uh, so much disheveled, not normal. So he felt very disturbed, and then that itself made him weak. There was no need of some special things to be made. Just seeing her situation, condition itself made him weak. Uh, so he started asking, why are you in distress? What could be the reason? Even whatever it is, let me know. I'm ready to solve any kind of problem for you. Uh, um, when Dashrath Maharaj slowly inched towards her, tried to touch her, Kaikeyi just pushed his hand, uh, and then yeah, he started asking, uh, um, what can I do? Hmm, hmm. Because I have never seen you like this. There is definitely something which is painful. Tell me what I can do. I am ready to do anything. Kaikeyi, for you, I am willing to kill any innocent person also. Uh, this is what it means to become weak. Uh, when we are becoming weak, we don't see what is right, what is wrong. Uh, do you want me to do to do anyone a favor? And that favor can be anything. Just let me know. I will favor him. Uh, do you want me to pick a fight with someone? For you, I am ready. I can render mercy even to the most undeserving soul, uh, just for you. Uh, I can come down heavily on anyone, honest and genuine, just at your bidding. So just tell me what you want. I am ready to make a rich man poor and poor man rich. I can kill a innocent person for you. Huh? Why? Because you are very precious to me. For that reason, trust me, just like sun rises to melt away all the mist, I will chase away all your fears. Huh? Whatever fears, don't have any fear, just be open, tell what you want. And then Kaikeyi uh, felt wo- felt that her Lord has come in her way, and she said, "Oh Lord, a desire has arisen in my heart." Huh? And what is that? Huh? I I'm going to ask, but you have to fulfill that. And she started connecting not only the desire, but also rightfully asking. What she did is that, you know, you remember that day when you went to kill Sambarasura? I was there when Sambarasura was multiplying in many forms from the back, from left, right. He was shooting arrows. You were wounded and you fell unconscious. I saved your life. And when I saved your life, escaping from there, that's not one. Again, after you gained consciousness, we went again to fight. At that time, when the wheel, cog of the wheel got loosened, and the wheel was going to come out and the chariot would fall, I have put my finger so that the wheel doesn't come out. And Dasharath Maharaj said, "Yes, yes, I very much remember. I feel grateful to you. Out of gratitude, I have given two boons." And then Kaikeyi asked, uh, um, yeah, yes, about those boons. I want them now. Then Dasharath Maharaj said, "Oh, is it all that? Of course, Kaikeyi, don't hesitate, just ask." Dasharath was like, a deer completely in the hands of a hunter trap. Now Kaikeyi has trapped Dasharath perfectly from all sides. And then she started telling, with my first boon, I claim the throne of Ayodhya for my son Bharat. And with the second, I want Ram to be exiled to forest of Dandakaranya for 14 years, where he will live like an ascetic, wearing tree barks, deer skins. Uh, that's all I want. Uh, for her, these were two boons. These two were stuck like a dagger in the back of Dashrath Maharaj, and then he fell unconscious. He fell completely unconscious, and yeah, did he really want to regain conscious? No, he doesn't want to tell anything. He doesn't want to stop what is going to happen. Uh, he wanted to see because ultimately he thought when the sun would rise means tomorrow, and then there is Rama Pattabhishekam, the coronation of Lord Ram. But now with this, the plan schemes of scams of Kaikeyi, tomorrow, never. Uh, he is praying to the sun, may you never rise. Why? Because, yeah, that would bring the doom of everything. Because the boons that Kaikeyi asked was not at all in favor of anything. It would bring a spot to the Solar dynasty. Uh, what he can tell to his ancestors, hmm, out of his weakness, huh? He is going to mm, mm, do injustice to Ram, because he already said, "Yeah, you are the king." And anyway, Kaikeyi asked this boon, and she stood on it. And but Dashrath was not in a position to tell. And as that night um, past, when the early hours were coming, then all the what do you call this instrumental instruments they were playing to wake up, sorry, to wake up King. Uh, King immediately sent them back. No, 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 don't wake up. May the sun not rise. May the day not start. He sent them off, and then Sumantra came. And then Sumantra seeing the situation of Dashrath, his friend, yeah, though he's a king, his friend, he couldn't hold himself. Um, And then when Kaikeyi told the situation, then mm, he Dashrath sent Sumantra to bring Ram. Uh, so Ram came. He also he never seen his father in a penetrating, unbearable pain. He only saw Dashrath always happy, smiling, uh, but never saw this situation. And then he tried to find out. uh, his father was not able to speak a word. When he asked Kaikeyi, his mother, what happened, then the mother said, "This is what have your father wants to tell you, that um, that he want to send you to forest." And then the next thing is, he just said, yeah, he want to send you to the forest, and then you are no more the king. huh? Uh, so Ram very happily, he accepted it. And then Kaikeyi was shocked to see, yeah, she was thinking it would have been one of the biggest reversal in Ram's life. What is a reversal is that what happens that you didn't expect. huh? So most people feel that handling reversals is one of the most difficult thing, but we can see here for Ram, he could handle it because he was not hankering for his position. Though he was announced to become the king tomorrow, he still was in his palace courtyard. What he was doing, he was just seeing how serious service it is. He was thinking very gravely how to serve his people. He was not just enjoying night out celebrations. No, he was like that. So we can see that reversals, how Lord Ram handled, should help us to take a uh, approach in our life how we can become successful. Hmm? So here we see there are four situations that Lord Ram underwent reversals. One, when Ram traveled with Vishwamitra Muni, he slept on the forest floor, hmm, as soundly as he would have in the bed. Uh, the lack of comfort or austerities did not bother him. He was pretty flexible, and that flexibility is very important. That is the first key to handle any reversals in our life. Uh, the second one is when Ram broke the Shiva Dhanush, what happened? There was this, he has won whom? Sita. He has won Sita by breaking this bow. The presence of beautiful did not disturb him his focus on principles. He still said, uh, I can marry if my parents are also willing. If they will, I can marry. So the focus and beauty, uh, or beautiful temptations, is the second key to handle positive reversals. Mm. And then when Ram was informed that he would be crowned as king, at that time he didn't become, oh wow, yeah, he spent the entire night preparing to focus on the responsibility in hand. Huh? Sudden access to wealth and power. Usually, what happens is um, we may think, oh, how to spend this, how to enjoy this. No, Ram was not interested in that when he is going to become the king of Ayodhya. Uh, he did not win even him away from his focus of responsibilities. As sadhakas in our life, we should always look that we are focused on our responsibilities. Uh, and when Ram was told to go to exile a day just before he was going to become king, that could be posed as a big reversal. But he handled that also very simple, very easily. He remained unaffected as he was was when awarded to become the king, or now. For him, it doesn't matter. Rather, he told to Kaikeyi, definitely, yeah, you both would have thought something good for me. And definitely this is good. Why? Because now, yeah, going to forest is such an auspicious thing. Why? Because by that I can meet so many rishis and gain lot of knowledge and blessings by serving them. And not only that, by this process, when I go into the forest, there are so many rakshasas. and so many Rakshasas, yeah, our Ayodhya, yeah, I can protect. While Bharat is protecting Ayodhya from here, I can protect Ayodhya by becoming guarding the forest. In that way, I am serving him, and what else can please me more? So, in that way, Ram sees that every opportunity there is positivity, and through positivity, one can handle reversals. And of course, Manthara had her own Gita. Manthara Gita was so long, yeah, in Ayodhya we can see, but in fact, she made this whole thing happen. Otherwise, Ram wouldn't leave Ayodhya. Otherwise, everything would have been that, oh, nice. And yesterday I was mentioning there are multiple reasons. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. So, yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever there is a problem of dharma, no, to establish, re-establish dharma, and I appear. So, Lord Ram appeared to establish dharma. How? By following, by showing us how to follow. That is the best way, by example. So, that is one. Glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyudhanam adharmasya. So, and to punish miscreants, the Lord appears. So, through this process, that he, when he goes to Dandakaranya, when he goes to the forest, wherever there are Rakshasas who are disturbing the sadhus, saints, like when Vishwamitra Muni was performing yajna, there were the Rakshasas who were causing all kind of disturbances. And in fact, Devatas, when they approached Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, then they asked, protect us. Hmm? So, the first mission for Lord appearing uh, was to establish dharma. The second one is to punish the miscreants, obvious. The third one, uh, the third one is that is very confidential. Uh, what is the third reason is that once Mother Sita says, sorry, Mother Lakshmi says to Vishnu that, you know what, you are never alone. Every now and then, every time, there are so many of your devotees who come and they serve you, they seek your blessings. There is never a moment that I can serve you in confidence, confidential. I can serve you. Yeah, you know what? Even now, you see, there is this Ananta Sesh. Yeah, uh, so he's there. It's never that only you and me are there. I desire that I can serve you. Uh, in what do you call? um, in privacy. Yeah. So then Lord Vishnu, yeah, blessed, and for that reason, yeah, he said, yeah, we will appear. I'll appear as Ram. You will appear as Sita, and then, uh, in fact, after 12 years, yeah, of their appearance, they got married. They came to Ayodhya, uh, but always they were surrounded by people. Huh? So going to the forest is actually disguised so that that plan can be uh, achieved, so that Ram and Sita are alone, and they can have some confidential time together. So that is the third reason of this Ram avatar. And the fourth, yeah, the fourth reason is that in Ayodhya, hmm, Vibho, in Ayodhya, there is Ranganatha Swami Murti. That is their deity, predominating deity of their palace, and it comes from Ikshvaku dynasty, being worshipped, and somehow the Lord Himself felt that, oh, services to me are not performed very nicely. So the Lord, yeah, decided that let me myself appear and worship such a way so that, yeah, I'll be pleased. So this is the fourth reason. Coming back, so in that way, Ram sees that every opportunity, yeah, is a wonderful opportunity. And yeah, we cannot we cannot blame our fate, we cannot complain, but rather whatever happens, whether it's planned or unplanned, whether expected, unexpected in life, we can see here Ram is able to handle everything. has always accepted it. He follows dharma, dharmagya from there. Okay, I'll stop here. This is there is also few more touching episodes in this. One is about how the Lord visits different ashrams and how he seeks blessings, how he seeks wisdom, uh, and how he kills, yeah, based on the directions, serving them by killing the Rakshasas. This is one thing. The second one, very interesting, is the episode between the dialogue between Ram and Bharat. Because Bharat, after he can't do much, the only thing he thinks is to go and bring Lord Ram and restore him, as because he is the king of Ayodhya and he wanted him to come back. He tries his best. He engages his guru also to convince. He engages his mothers, uh, but Ram, though he understands, but he wants to make sure that he fulfills um, his promise to his father, and after that he can return. And until then, yeah, because Bharat said, "I won't rule," so he wanted. Um, Ram to give his sandal so that he can establish them on behalf of Ram, and then he can menially serve Ram in protecting and ruling the kingdom. So all these things happen as part of this, and finally, yeah, there's also this Chitrakoot, and where who's that who gives this ornaments and sari to Sita Devi? Not Ahalya. Hmm. Can someone help? I forgot the name. Sorry. Hmm. No. Let me try. So yeah. Anyway, so once it comes, I'll let you know. But yeah. So yeah, we have covered quite in detail some of the episodes. But then there is a very important. Yeah, there is Anasuya. Sorry, Atri and Anasuya. Hmm? Yeah, Anasuya instructs Sita how to lead a pativrata life, mm, and she gifts him special ornaments and sari that doesn't fade. Uh, and yeah, there ends the Ayodhya Kanda. Thank you very much. I hope this instills little interest or even more interest to refer to Ayodhya Kand to pick many more lessons that Valmiki Muni has yeah made available for us. Hare Krishna. Anyone want to share any thoughts? Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, covering one kand, how easy, how difficult it is.
So it was wonderful to hear such a very deep conversation between Manthara and finally she convinced.
Yeah, 4 years before, when I was speaking of this part, I named this called as Mantara Gita. Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita, we know the Lord is telling how to lead a dutiful life, dutiful, yeah, and attain success. And Manthara turns it completely, and she speaks as if that what she says is perfectly correct. So in that way, everyone has his own Gita, her own Gita. They think they are right, and yeah, we have to be very careful. Everyone can come with their opinions, but we have to verify that against the Shastras, not any Shastras, with authentic authorized Shastras, and then apply that in our life. Otherwise, just anyone, if you walk along the street, there are people who can come with so many wonderful, convincing, mind-blowing ideas, opinions that we should do. Yeah, but yeah, we should be careful.
So And Prabhuji, is Sumanta was minister or king or friend or
He is minister. Yeah.
okay.
And at the same time, he is very close friend. Yeah. So basically, when Dashrath Maharaj was in Gurukul, yeah, he's his Gurukul friend. Yeah, he's a yeah. So they are friends, childhood friends. One became the minister. Dashrath became the king.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So
Yeah,
that's why
he
even
done.
Sumantra knew something that yeah, no one else knew, because he was uh, what do you call this, best friend?
Mm. And Prabhuji, Sumanta goes to drop them on the boundary of Ayodhya or
Yes, it is same Sumantra. Sumantra.
yes, Prabhuji. Thank you for such a in such a short time whole
Hmm.
Kanda to give overview. Wonderful.
Yeah. No, through this, I'm very happy that I could revise and yeah, yeah. I think last time the theme was different, but this time I thought, okay, let's pick the opportunity of 7 days to dwell as much as possible through the whole Ramayana, but still not missing something which is very important that we can still take home with us. Something, not just a story, but also something that we appreciate. The glimpse are only shared here, but actually the interest that we can make. I was also thinking maybe we should, yeah, have this Ramayana study group once again, once a week, where we can go more deeper. But these 7 sessions are more very, yeah, brief.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I I forgot almost all this part, and it is very nice that every year we again remember.
Hmm. Something. What did you pick? I can benefit.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Think. If not, then thank you very much for joining. Have a nice evening. See you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow and after tomorrow, we'll do it 8. And yeah, cover 2 more wonderful chapters or sections of Ramayana. Yeah, Vanchakalpadarbhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.